volume.
Yeah, it's volume.
Yeah.
But apparently, go ahead. No, go ahead, finish your story. In waves that somebody is sending people off the thruway, down the Garden State Parkway, through Chestnut Ridge, through Crooked Hill Road. I gotta get out of Crooked Hill Road. And I'm telling you, it's difficult sometimes just to get out because of the volume of cars coming down that road. It's a residential street, you know.
All right, just so before you folks do, well, we are live streaming. This is live, this is a live stream, so there's no editing involved, so,
Is that a subtle warning?
Edit yourself.
Nothing off color. All right, Howard.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Roll call.
Okay, Raj Amar.
Here.
Tim Riley. Here. Howard Hellman.
Here.
Okay, we have a quorum. We have no action items. We have no new business. We have no old business. And we have the treasurer's report. And we're reviewing, I did bring a copy, and as I said, I'm trying to save a little paper so I didn't make multiple copies.
It's kind of clean. I'll pass around if people want. Again, the only payments that were made this week were to our professionals. Part of that has to do with the audit, the compliance,
Right.
and our normal payroll. So it's here for anybody to see.
Good morning,
Good morning.
How are you?
Peggy, you gotta start here. That's the camera.
So we're live streaming, so.
Okay, we can add Peggy's name to
Yeah.
attendance.
Okay. And if there's anybody, any discussion about the financials, I suppose.
Motion to accept the financials as presented. So moved by Peggy,
Me.
seconded by Raj, all in favor? Okay.
Okay, then I'll read the minutes back. Okay, call to order, 9 a.m. There were no action items, no new business, no old business. Board reviewed the treasurer's report for the March and April financials. There was no comment. And that was it. We just need somebody to approve the minutes.
I just got here.
I'll make it.
Okay. And then we just need somebody to adjourn.
Raj adjourns the meeting.
I'll second it.
Okay. Adjourn.
What was it? 9:11 a.m. Okay. That concludes REAC. All right. Guess call to order for.
Call to order for the IDA meeting.
Okay.
Roll call.
Raj Amar.
Here.
Peg Zugby.
Here.
Tim Riley.
Yeah.
Howard Hellman.
Here.
Okay. The one item of action item, the first item is we'd like the board consider reintroducing the resolution for the IV2 Rockland Logistics Center. If everyone recalls, at the last meeting, we had 3 members. There were 2 yeses, 1 abstain. But, as pointed out by councils, would it be safe
Yeah, I can explain. So under general construction law, section 41, you have to have, it's a majority of the whole, right? So that's why you have to just now take the vote, because 2 does not cut it. You have to have at least 3 votes on the 5-member board to take any action. So that's why.
So, if you'd like to.
Any other questions, concerns? Okay, moved by Peggy, second by Raj. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. The next action item is authorizing resolution. The first one we're going to consider is for the 12, 14, and 16 North Myrtle Avenue projects. We introduced this. We had a public hearing last week at Ramapo Town Hall. There was no public comment, no public attendance. So I guess we'd like to have the board consider authorizing this project.
Didn't we have a couple of questions, like
They-
how many were low income and how they were gonna, or something?
They had amended, hey, Lisa?
Yeah.
They amended, did they, the North Myrtle people, they amended their,
Yes, they did. They
Oh, they
sent
put
me-
it in there. We
yes,
asked them
there was
to.
some question and they did amend it. They sent Lisa
Okay.
the amended resolution.
Yeah, they put it in,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, they did.
Okay, oh, good then,
And that's in the authorizing resolution.
okay.
I'll make the motion.
Moved by Tim,
I'll second.
second by Peggy, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Passed unanimously.
Okay. The next authorizing resolution is for 22, 24, and 26 North Myrtle Avenue. Again, excuse me,
Same people.
same people, just a different.
It's two different
lot.
lots.
Yeah, two different lots, that's all, that's the only difference in the actual size of the units. And we had a public hearing, no public participation, no public comment for the board to consider, and they amended that based on the comments from the last meeting as well.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, very good.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we have no new business.
Anyone else have any business they want to bring up?
Maybe just a quick, since there's an opportunity to talk about things, we had, the 1547 had a grand reopening, the Grandland Center facility, had a grand reopening of their, project. We were asked to come. Ron, or Lino, Brian, myself, and Lisa went to that event. It was a nice event. They really appreciate our involvement. And that's one thing. Let's see what else. Our labor policy now is starting to go into effect. First one's up will be Manhattan Beer. We're sending them the documents for their review to start implementing the labor policy. So that process is starting as well. And I don't know if there's anything else, guys.
We closed a couple of deals.
Oh, yes, which is, if you want to.
Let's see, we finished up Admiral's Cove in Haverstraw. That was a 3-part closing because they had mortgage tax. We got the pilot in place already. They got the sales tax originally. Let's see, we closed the first part of Morgan Stanley. They wanted pre-closing sales tax, so they have that. We've got Momentum. That was a lease over at the Pearl River campus. That was just sales tax. So we closed that one as well too. And we got a couple of other ones where the docs are out, just waiting to be signed. So I think the financials should reflect a couple of checks in.
Checks in the mail.
I hope so.
Good for the low wires.
And just as a note, since we sent, back when we closed the Spring Valley Affordable Housing Project, we, on behalf of the state, we had to collect, I think it was $287,000 in, what was that charge? That's the
Bond issuance.
bond issuance charge. We collected on behalf of the state. We closed that one end of December, beginning of January. We sent that check right around up to the state. They haven't cashed it yet, so.
Is that Lakeview and Highview, those two?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
yes.
So.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you were to look at our financials closely, you'd see there's this outstanding check sitting out there for $287,000 we sent to the state. I'm sure it's sitting on someone's
That's
desk.
okay, you can claim it back in a few years, saying that it's my money, I never.
Right, you never get
And
it.
they'll send it back to you.
Right. But anyway, that.
Careful, Raj.
Just kidding, world.
You're such a kidder.
All right.
All right.
Treasurer's report?
I have two questions.
Yes.
First, you have compliance fee income. Do you know what that is? Right here.
Oh, yeah, those are, we charge a $500 fee to every company. You know, it's the annual compliance fee
Oh,
we
okay,
charge.
so that's money, just the way it was worded, I
Right.
didn't understand it.
Yeah.
And then the second one was County of Rockland payroll.
Let's see that one. Let's see.
That's a credit or a debit?
It's what outgoing.
I'd have to. That could be, I'd have to double check.
Insurance?
Yeah, it could be insurance, or it could, 8,000, I could double check.
Yeah, just,
Yeah,
Good heads up.
because it's a good amount. I don't recall off the top of my head what it is, but I'll get you the answer to that.
okay.
I'm sure it's some administrative fee for something.
Oh, I'm sure, just, next meeting, just, let us know what, let me know what it is.
Okay, will do.
Anything else?
They're here if anybody wants to see them, obviously you got them emailed to you.
Okay, motion to accept with clarification coming on that outstanding for that one question that our treasurer asked about. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any other? Okay. Meeting was called to order at 9:12 a.m. The board considered a re-inducement resolution of the IV2 Rockland Logistics Center, noting, Council, Sharetta explained that at the last vote. We had 2 out of 3 members voted yes, clarified that we actually need a majority of the board, so the board voted to re-induce the project, and the item was passed for nothing unanimously. The board considered 2 authorizing resolutions. I'll kind of lump these together a little bit for 2 projects, the 12, 14, and 16 North Myrtle Avenue and the 22, 24, and 26 North Myrtle Avenue. Public hearings were held. There was no public comment. With no further discussion, the board considered and approved resolutions for both motions by Tim Riley, seconded by Peg Zugby on both items. There was no new business. There was no in old business. Executive Director and councils just provided an update on the status of various projects and other things of just interest to the board. Board considered a treasurer's report, reviewed the financials for March and April 2022. Treasurer Tim Riley asked for clarification on one of the expenses detailed, and we will get the answer to that. In the meantime, the board, with no other discussion, motion by Peg Zugby, seconded by Raj Kumar, approved and accepted the financials.
Well done. We need a motion to adjourn. I'll second it. Okay. We're adjourned.
Raj, I hope you didn't shut your car
Oh,
off.
This is like a fast, whatever.
Because we wanted to get in the building.
Yeah, yeah.